Okay guys, I admit it, I was wrong. Episode 8 of Chainsaw Man disproved literally everything I thought about the anime. Observant viewers might remember the intro of my Tokyo Revengers video, where I perfunctorily stated that Chainsaw Man was alright but a little hollow. Here we are, a month down the road, and let me just say, I ate my words, I was wrong. Yes, I was wrong. I feel like the anime's first 5 episodes were okay. That Mappa money was hitting really hard and probably the best showing that CGI has ever had in anime. The argument between whether or not CGI actually deserves a place in anime is getting harder and harder to contest, although I was initially turned off by it altogether, but I've been doing this thing where I try to delve into things with an open mind, so, you know. With the manga doing crazy ass numbers, 20 million copies sold, making it one of the best-selling manga series, it was inevitable that the anime adaptation would be a smash hit. I mean, Makima was one of the most popular cosplays throughout all of 2020, and the anime didn't even begin airing until like October, which is rare. And yes, I am so very thankful for those Makima cosplays, by the way. Yeah, I mean, it was almost impossible to not have Chainsaw Man on my radar. I waited for a couple weeks before watching the first episode with Hunter. We watched most of our anime together, if you couldn't tell. Then, the fateful night came, and I wasn't particularly moved. Yes, Puchita was cute, and Mami Makima will probably always have my heart. But beyond that, I didn't get anything from the anime. A couple episodes in, and we meet Power, Aki, and some other devil hunters. Power immediately turned me off. I wasn't really vibing with her boisterous attitude or her quirky behavior as a fiend. It just wasn't really doing it for me. Now, following the defeat of the Eternity Devil, I find Power much more refreshing, entertaining, and generally just a much more likable character. She's funny too. And honestly, what main character is more relatable than Denji? His favorite hobbies are eating and taking naps. All he wants to do is feel up on some titties, eat delicious food, and go to sleep. He's a man with exquisite taste. And now, admittedly, the first episodes were a bit off-putting. The shock value of the gore and violence actually turned me off a little. Not because I couldn't stomach it, but because it seemed overdone for the sole purpose of shocking the audience and over-delivering on promises that the manga made. It seems more so to me now, knowing that the gore and violence are actually here to stay, a core component of what Chainsaw Man is, and not simply just a ruse to trick people into watching. I admit that I thought it was hollow. At the time it was. The anime lacked all of the substance that makes for a good anime. It didn't have compelling characters, any actual stakes, and no real reason for me to tune in on a weekly basis. And it's actually because of this that Hunter and I watched an episode or two every now and then. We didn't watch it week to week, and only really watched more than one episode in a single sitting once the Gun Devil stuff started kicking off, which is around when my attitude about the anime started to change. The trippy time-space shenanigans that the Eternity Devil was doing in that hotel were so cool, and it made for a really engaging watch. Seeing Denji and Power interact with their peers was also refreshing because outside of Aki and Makima occasionally, we'd never really gotten that. The other devil hunters were also somewhat interesting, especially when the Eternity Devil promised them their freedom for killing Denji. It was so exciting to see their mental fortitude collapse over a single proposition, and when Denji finally decided to face the Eternity Devil head-on, it made the build-up all the more worth it, and the introduction of Himeno was something that Chainsaw Man absolutely needed. She was compelling off rip, and that feeling only grew as the episodes continued. Seeing genuine care and concern from someone hadn't yet really been presented in the anime, and the way that Himeno cared for Aki really pulled at the heartstrings, hitting the spot for me as a sappy viewer. Her outgoing and upbeat personality was perfectly juxtaposed by her jaded past and pessimistic worldviews. It was that she had lost so many partners that she could come to care for Aki. He came to Himeno in a time period where she felt trapped in an endless cycle of meeting a new partner, fighting alongside that partner for a brief period, and then visiting their grave to mourn, rinse, and repeat. He didn't die. He reminded her of the hope that she had thrown away. Thank God for Himeno. Anyway, tensions rise, Denji beats up the Eternity Devil, and they all celebrate, Makima included. The audience is treated to God, I'm just so glad they pixelated it. Some kind of sexy time between Himeno and Denji, more Mami Makima moments, try saying that 5 times fast, and then, the following day, Business as usual. Denji and Himeno agree to help play matchmaker for each other. Then violence. Straight out of left field, Makima gets fucking executed. I refuse to believe she's dead, by the way. Shit hits the fan. Devil hunters are getting popped left and right, then chaos at the ramen shop. Denji gets shot in the head. Aki starts chipping away at his life to fight a human devil hybrid that bears a similar resemblance to Denji, and Himeno dies tragically while trying to protect him, with her only remainder being the uniform she's wearing and her distinct eye patch lying on the ground. What the fuck just happened? I've watched this episode 3 times at this point. I was editing a completely different video while watching the episode for the first time, and I had to close my laptop. I couldn't focus. I couldn't concentrate on anything other than Denji's small but happy world crumbling to pieces right in front of him. And I'm just so excited to see how our protagonists regroup after something like this. These are the stakes I needed. Now we know for certain the gun devil wants Denji, specifically his heart, I guess. I haven't been this shocked by a left turn in an anime since a group of soldiers raided Okabe's apartment in Steins Gate. Shout out if you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you fucking will. You've got me, Chainsaw Man. The stakes are here, the compelling storytelling is here, and so am I, every week for the rest of the run.